The one thing that you need to stop doing is flexing forward, twisting, and putting your body under load. Now, what do I mean by flexion, rotation, and under load? What that means is if you were to sit up straight, your spine is slightly erect and there's those nice normal curves in your spine. However, if you were to flex your spine, that means going forward as if you're doing a sit-up. Once you're in that position, then you're rotating the spine and then putting it under load. And what I mean by under load is either sneezing, coughing, or exercising. The big one is the exercising. Now, flexion, when you flex the spine, you're actually opening up the spine going forward as if you're touching your toes. The problem with this is if you were to do that, you're stretching the back side of the actual disc. Now, the disc material, think of the disc as like a jelly donut where there's jelly in the middle and there's fibers around the outside. When you stretch the outside this way, it actually stretches those backside fibers. If you were to twist the spine and rotate the spine, you start to what's called delaminate, or think of it like twisting and tearing those spinal fibers of the disc. The spinal disc, of course, acts like this piece of paper. If I were to pull this piece of paper apart, it's fairly strong. But if I were to bend it and twist it, it's very easy to tear. Now, if you tear the spinal fibers of the disc, then what happens is it starts to swell. When the disc material starts to swell, and you could see that red spot right there, the swelling will come out, the jelly of the jelly donut will start to protrude and pinch a nerve. This is why you get sciatica. So here are some examples of exercises that we commonly do to strengthen our core. Number one, doing sit-ups and twisting and trying to take your elbow to the opposite knee. So these are exercises where you sit forward, you twist, and do that. Number two, the Russian twist. People like doing this. They get in kind of a V position, they hold something heavy, and they twist their spine side to side. The problem with the Russian twist is most people get tired and exhausted from doing it, so then all of a sudden their spine starts to creep forward, your spine actually starts to round, and then you actually start to twist your entire body side to side rather than just your arms. And so a Russian twist, if performed with bad form, is a terrible exercise for the spinal discs. The third exercise, you know how if you go to a gym, remember those old-fashioned Nautilus machines where you'd sit in a position, of course you were flexed forward, you'd hold on to a stable thing, and you would twist from side to side. Those were awful. Another exercise that you may be doing is where you're hanging from a bar, and then what you do is you bring your legs up and you twist from side to side. That is another exercise. It's great for the abs. The problem is the spinal discs can become delaminated from that. The fifth and final exercise that I really recommend most of my patients should never do ever is where they put a bar on the back of their shoulders and they will put their feet apart and twist from side to side. That is inviting injury like no other exercise. So what are the exercises that you should do instead? Number one, planks. Number two, side planks. Number three, bird dogs. You should also do stir the pot, which is a fantastic exercise. By the way, all the references are down below in the description area. And if you really want to exercise the rotational muscles, the best way to do it are with Pallof presses. So what is your opinion? Do you agree or disagree with the information in this video? Let me know in the comments section down below what your opinion is.